Okay, so in this video, you're going to see the music on the right side of the screen, like is right here, and you're going to see the SongMaker window on the left side of the rhythm. And what we're going to do today is we're going to learn how SongMaker handles rhythms. So when you open SongMaker, it's going to look like this. It might look slightly different. I've got it on half the screen, so it's kind of compressed, so it looks a little bit different than normal. But this right here, this rhythm with all the rests means the same thing as what is in the SongMaker grid right here. That's because if nothing's playing in SongMaker, that means that they're rests. The rests are all silent. So what's important to see here is just like the music, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bars here. In SongMaker, we also have 4 bars. These bars are color-coded. The first one's white, then you've got a gray one, then a white one, then a gray one. So we got 4 bars, just like the music. And just like the music, it's got 4 beats per bar. There's 4 beats here. It's told we learned that by the time signature. The 4 on top tells us there's 4 beats per bar. You can see there's 4 rests in each bar. Those are quarter rests because quarter note gets the beat. Same thing as a quarter rest. And we're 120 beats per minute, just like the SongMaker window. The beats in SongMaker are separated by a thick vertical line. So this right here is a beat, and then this is a beat, and then here's number 3, and here's number 4. So we got 4 beats in each bar. Now, to make a rest in SongMaker, all you have to do is not do anything. You just don't click, and that's a rest, so that's perfect right there. So if I wanted to actually do a rhythm, I might do this rhythm right here. We've got all these notes right here. These are all quarter notes. So what I'm going to do a quarter note is I'm going to click on the first dot in each beat. Now, it's hard to see on this right here, but your first dot is a little bit bigger than your second dot. So I'm going to click the first dot in each beat all the way across. And when we hear that, it sounds like this. Now, if you're wondering why I clicked on the top dots and made them triangles instead of clicking on the bottom, that's because of how you read music for the drum set. If the note heads are in the third space, like these note heads are, 1, 2, 3, it tells you to play the snare drum. In SongMaker, the snare drum is represented by the top dots, and when you click on the top dots, they turn into triangles. If I wanted to do a bass drum sound and do the circles, I would have to change the music to this. When you read music for bass drum on the drum set, it's in the note head's in the bottom space. So if I saw that, I would take off my snare drum and put it down where the bass drum goes, on the bottom set of dots. So I'm going to do that, and we're going to listen to it. And play is right here. Now, maybe I want to do music that has both. So if I do that, I'll have some of these on the bottom space, and those are going to be my bass drum. Top space is going to be snare drum, and you can see I've got those going back and forth. So I'm going to do the same thing here. We're just going to go back and forth between bass and snare. This is, of these 3, this is my favorite. I think this one sounds the best of the first ones I've shown you. Now what we need to do is we're going to learn about eighth notes, but I'm going to pause for a second because I don't have the full version of Screencastify, so I'll be right back. So what we're going to do now is we're going to learn what we do when we have eighth notes, and what that's going to help us do is fill in the second part of the beat So you can see I've put the count down here, 1 and 2 and 3, and it goes all the way through the end. Those kind of go on both dots. So this would be beat 1, 1 and this would be 2 and 3 and 4 and. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put those in here all the way across. It's, you know what I can do? I can just drag them across. I'll just do that. That's a trick I learned. And when you do that, it sounds like this. Now remember that the reason that I chose the triangles is because these are all in the third space. And remember, the third space is snare drum. And remember, snare drum is on the top line. If I wanted to do this, oops, maybe not that. This is not such a good trick. If I wanted to do this, let's fix that. I would need to put all of these notes in the bottom space. So remember, whenever you are doing a quarter note, the note goes in the first part of the beat. If you're doing eighth notes, you take up both parts of the beat. If you do a rest, you leave them both blank. So remember, quarter notes, you just put it in the first. Eighth notes, also rest. Rest, you leave them blank. And then eighth notes, both of them go in there. So that's really all you need to remember about how to put these kinds of rhythms in there. We'll get into more later on when we learn about how to do 16th notes. I'll give you a hint. We'll find out about the settings is where the 16th notes, will figure those out. For now, that's all I have. Next thing we're going to learn how to do is how to do a real rhythm and put it in here, not just a whole bunch of eighth notes or quarter notes or rest. We're going to learn how to do like real rhythms. So see you in the next video.